Marcus Rashford has, I hope, it looks like he's ended, what could you call it, 2 years of decline, dissatisfaction.
Well snatched by Rice, taken up by Kane, rolled through for Rashford. What a
have a run at Gusto and to Jason Tindall earlier in the season. Comes out and he was never going to win that cleanly, and Rashford goes.
It's the 89th minute in a packed Camp Nou. The score is level. Pedri glides past two midfielders, spots a runner down the left. A blur in blue and claret explodes into space, takes a perfect touch, and fires a low shot into the bottom corner.
Rashford was ahead of Mbappe, he was ahead of Haaland. I mean, that shows how highly he can be rated. Do you think he's in that calibre?
Absolutely. It doesn't surprise me when you, as you said, you mentioned the stacks. I think he's a fantastic player, and he's only going to get better once he keeps his head.
The crowd erupts. The name echoing across Catalonia, Marcus Rashford. It might sound like fantasy, but in the world of modern football, where systems define players and clubs demand more than just raw talent, Marcus Rashford might just be the perfect fit for Barcelona's next era.
Rashford's not good enough. Rashford's got to go.
Sell him in January.
100% sell him in January. 100%. Yeah, get rid of him.
The way they create goals from the wide areas, the way they just continuously create opportunities through the middle, they have a never-ending avenue of creating chances for your team to be successful. 19 different goal scorers now for Barcelona. It tells me that they've got depth there for the squad.
For me, he can get better and better and better, playing the way they did today, playing from the left side, playing with another one as a target.
He's fast, intelligent, mature, and ready for a new challenge. But the real question is, can Barcelona unlock the best version of Rashford the world has yet to see? Let's break it all down. Before we imagine the future, let's revisit the journey. Marcus Rashford's story begins in the tough neighborhoods of Wythenshawe, Manchester, where dreams are usually caged by reality. But Rashford broke through every barrier. He joined Manchester United's academy at just 7 years old. Trained under the legendary structure that molded players like Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, and David Beckham, Rashford wasn't just taught to kick a ball. He was trained to think, adapt, and lead. Fast forward to 2016, Rashford makes his senior debut in a Europa League tie. He scores twice. Days later, he scores again against Arsenal. In his first Manchester derby, goal. FA Cup debut, goal. England debut, goal.
So now we have 13 players injured or not capable to play.
I have nothing against Marcus. I just have to make the same rules for everybody. And that, for me, it's so simple.
An amazing move for him to go to Barcelona.
Remarkable.
I'll get on to his wages because you'll understand better than me. First of all, he said in his arrival speech that he said, "I already feel at home." One or two people have kind of said is that a slur on Manchester United, but he did praise Manchester United as well during the whole thing.
Yeah,
and I think sometimes we're in danger of over-reading these statements, but
and sometimes you're not.
No,
sometimes
quite,
there was hidden meanings about it. I mean, look. He feels at home, and then sooner rather than later he gets served an eviction notice. I don't know. Look, I mean, Marcus Rashford, we should lament to some extent the decline of a talent that was never at the level, as I said yesterday, that people put him onto. They put him onto being a world-class footballer. I didn't ever think he was. I think he was a very good footballer. And so then they built him up to a level, and then they proceeded to whittle him down or judge him by a set of standards that were unfair. Now, for whatever reason, his career has gone off the rails. I think it's a lot to do with his off-the-field activities and distractions and having far too much disposable income and far too much free time to deploy it, and losing the energy and focus and the culture of United also helping in that. And I think it's a very good move for him. I think he's very fortunate to get it.
Yep.
And I think it's reflective of where this Catalonia side are right now, that the economics dictate that they can afford to take a risk on certain proportions of his salary and don't have to deal with the transfer fees.
He wasn't just a prodigy. He was a statement. But what makes Rashford special isn't just how he started, it's how he evolved. From a raw, lightning-fast striker to a tactically astute left-winger who could stretch defenses, link midfield lines, and finish clinically. He's played under Mourinho, Solskjaer, Ten Hag, and Southgate, each demanding different things. And each time, Rashford adapted. This adaptability is exactly what makes him such a Barcelona-caliber player. Barcelona isn't just another club, it's a footballing philosophy. La Masia, positional play, Cruyffism, tiki-taka, Barca isn't about moments of magic. It's about moments of synchronization. Under Xavi Hernandez, the club is evolving again. It's no longer peak 2011 tiki-taka. It's faster, more vertical, and tactically modern. A fusion of Spanish control and German pressing. And for that system to thrive, Barca needs forwards who understand movement without the ball, know how to press with intensity, can operate in tight spaces, and most importantly, put the team system above individual stats. Enter Marcus Rashford. He's not the kind of player who needs to touch the ball 50 times to make an impact. He's the player who runs without the ball, who opens space, who makes the intelligent third man run. The kind of attacker Barca's system thrives on. Let's talk numbers. In the 2022-23 season, his best statistical campaign, Rashford delivered 30 goals across all competitions, 11 match-winning contributions, 83% pass completion in the attacking third, 2.4 key passes per 90, over 9 progressive carries per game. This isn't a player that only scores goals. He creates pressure, stretches lines, and makes others better. Compare that to Barcelona's current attack. Lewandowski, lethal in the box but static in build-up. Rafinha, high work rate but inconsistent end product. Ferran Torres, João Felix, intelligent but lacks Rashford's physical threat. Yamal, generational talent but still learning. Rashford, with his elite off-ball runs, would offer a different dimension, a player who can play left wing, striker, or inverted right, and do so with intelligence. A rare trait for attackers, he thrives in both high possession and counter-attacking systems. It's tempting to judge a player purely by numbers, but modern football is more than just GA. Barca fans remember how David Villa, even with fewer goals than Messi, was crucial in the 2011 treble. Or how Samuel Eto'o pressed relentlessly in Pep's system. Rashford fits in that same mold. His role wouldn't just be to score, it would be to unlock Pedri, create space for Yamal, drag defenders so Gavi can arrive late into the box. Imagine Rashford on the left, pulling right backs wide. That opens lanes for Balde to underlap. It gives Xavi's midfield options. It gives Barca a threat they currently lack, a direct runner with end product. Rashford's movement is not accidental. It's crafted over years of playing under high-pressure systems. Under Mourinho, he learned defensive structure. Under Solskjaer, he mastered transitions. Under Ten Hag, he developed in-possession patterns. He's no longer just a pace merchant. He's a footballer who knows when to drop into midfield, when to run behind, and when to isolate defenders 1 versus 1. This is why Barcelona would benefit immensely. Unlike some young attackers who are too raw or too chaotic, Rashford is now tactically mature, the exact kind of wide-forward Barca can drop into their system immediately. Let's leave football aside for a moment. We're talking about a player who took on the UK government to fight child hunger. A player who bounced back from public racial abuse after the Euros. A player who speaks with purpose and plays with pride. Rashford isn't just another star, he's a leader, a role model, and a fighter. Barcelona has always valued character, from Iniesta's quiet brilliance to Puyol's fire to Messi's humility. With veterans like Lewandowski aging and younger players like Yamal still growing, the locker room needs experienced professionals who lead with action, not noise. Rashford would bring calm, professionalism, and work ethic to a young dressing room, just like Henrik Larsson once did in 2004. Xavi has solved many problems at Barca, but the left wing remains inconsistent. Ansu Fati's exit, Ferran's inconsistency, and Felix's future uncertainty all raise the same question. Who owns that left channel? Rashford is made for it. Direct running, link-up play, defensive work rate, pressing from the front, ability to score and create. In short, he could be what Neymar was, without the drama. Or what Henry became, a world-class forward humbled by system football. From a financial standpoint, Rashford's current situation is also interesting. Manchester United are facing pressure under FFP. And if they fail to return to the UCL again, they may be forced to restructure. Rashford's wages, currently over £300,000 per week, could make him a candidate for sale. Barcelona wouldn't need to buy a €100 million star. Rashford, if available at a discounted fee, could be a smart investment. 27 years old, in his prime, commercial appeal across Europe and Africa, English-speaking, marketable globally, system player who adds value immediately. It's the kind of move Laporta loves. Big name, big impact, smart price. Rashford isn't just a footballer, he's a brand. At Barcelona, he wouldn't just improve the team, he'd grow the global fan base. He'd become the face of Barca in English-speaking markets, in Africa, in Asia. Barcelona want global relevance post-Messi. Rashford gives them that edge, and in return, Barca gives Rashford what he's lacked in recent years: a system, a platform, a legacy. Picture this, it's May. El Clasico, Camp Nou, 90-minute 2-2. Pedri steals the ball in midfield, sends a diagonal switch. Rashford, on the shoulder of the last defender, controls it, steps inside, curls it into the far post. The crowd loses it. The cameras zoom in. Rashford slides on his knees under the lights of Catalonia. From Manchester to Barcelona, a story rewritten. So, why is Marcus Rashford perfect for Barcelona? Because he's not just talented. He's not just fast. He's not just experienced. He's the kind of player who makes systems work, the kind of character who elevates dressing rooms, the kind of forward who adds intelligence, leadership, and goals all in one. And if Barca are smart, if they really want to build something sustainable, Marcus Rashford might just be their next great signing. In football, timing is everything, and maybe it's time for Marcus Rashford to find a new home, a Catalan home.